my blanket here. I just folded my blanket in a way that one area, the back area, is a little bit higher than the front, so that I have just enough height so the sitting bones can be at ease and the groins can be at ease to start. And then the remaining blanket will give me the opportunity to support my outer ankle as I cross my legs. When you get to settle down on your seat, close your eyes. If you're feeling a little lethargic today, turn your palms up. If you're not quite awakened yet. If you feel like you're ready to move, you can't wait until we start, turn your palms down in a way of grounding. Take a few moments to understand the quality of your breath this morning. Now, if you're having any lower back issues, which is so common for most of us, pay attention on how you're leaning forward or backwards. See if you can find your in complete central axis. Then begin to deepen your breath with the idea of moving energy from the sitting bones all the way up through the central axis, all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, see if you can soften any grip in the body, including the groins. When you deepen your breath, be curious. Are you already cultivating your complete breath? Or is your breath still stuck in one area or another of the body? Notice how the breath alone can help you cultivate this freedom along your spine, this support for the spine to be erect. We're going to start freeing up that spine before we get into the core connection. So once you encounter your complete breath, inhale to sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, take a lateral bend over to the right. Notice what's happening on that left side of your body, how it relates to your lower back, outer hip. And then inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take it over to the other side. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale and fold over the legs. Can we fold slowly? especially if the lower back is a little out this morning. Just pay attention to what's happening, to how the tissue is responding to your fold. The next time you inhale, perch into your fingertips, get along with your spine. Then as you exhale, walk your fingertips over to the right. Different sensations there. You're going to walk the left fingertips as further to the right as your body allows right now. And then focus the breath into that entire back left side of your torso. Next time you inhale, come back to center, slowly transition with kindness. And then as you exhale, walk over to the other side. Next time you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, drop the tail down and let it curl you all the way up. Let the head be heavy. It's going to be the last one to arrive. Roll the shoulders back. Let the head float over your spine. Your eyes are still closed. You're going to observe there for a moment. Then we're going to start over on the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, take a lateral bend over to the left. Notice if that right sitting bone is coming up with you. You want to stabilize both sides of your pelvis and then reach all the way over to the left. Then inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take it over to the right. Again, paying attention to the left sitting bone. And then inhale, come on back to center. And once again, exhale, fold over the legs. Make it a journey. Is the fascia around your lower back and hips starting to respond? You could feel that little bit of a heat building up. Next time you inhale, perch into your fingertips. Elongate the spine. Exhale, walk the fingertips over to the left. We're completing on the other side. Then inhale, come back to center. And exhale, walk the fingertips over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the tail. And by dropping the tail, you allow your entire spine to flex as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. Allow there to be like a coil, like a snake awakening till your head lifts and you sit up tall again. Now bring the breath into the belly, belly only. Begin to focus on your exhalation as a massage for your abdomen, a massage for your lower back. So we're going to call this an isometric contraction of all your abdominal muscles. So as you pull your navel towards the spine, I want you to notice the sensations in the entire core complex. Now take your knees in, uncross your legs. You could shake them out for a moment. We're going to cross them in the unusual way. So with the other shin on top. We're going to begin to practice with a few rounds of Bhastrika Pranayama. So 3 rounds of Bhastrika with 3 resting breaths in between. But this is going to be an interesting one. We're going to start the way we already know. So 27 counts, breath in and out, same rate, forcefully in the belly. Then we're going to add a little bit more like a Kriya. So you close your eyes. Empty the next breath. Begin 27 counts. Empty the 27th. Three resting breaths. For this next round, we're going to add the arms. So, arms are going to go up. You're going to empty the breath. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, arms are down by your side, pulling like a cable. That was fun. Empty the breath. 3 resting breaths, arms are down. Now, take your arms up. The arms are up, the knees are out. When you inhale, you're here. When you exhale, you're going to bring the knees up and toward one another and the elbows towards the knees. All right? So it's inhale. Empty the 27th breath with a smile. Inhale, reach up, knees down. Exhale and fold over the legs. Press to lift, nice and long. Inhale to come up. Stretch the legs in front of you, shake them out. All right, now instead of standing up, we're going to take that blanket from underneath. Take one block with you and come into constructive rest. The block is just going to be sitting by the side for now. So you lay down on your back. Resting the feet on the ground to start. Let your pelvis find the ground with evenness. Now take the heel of your right hand and place it on the top of your right thigh. You're going to press the heel of the hand against the thigh as you pretend you're going to lift that right foot off the ground. Then settle it down. As you inhale, you settle down. As you exhale, you press the hand against the thigh as you try to lift the foot against the floor. Do that again. Inhale, settle it down. As you exhale, again, press the hand into the thigh. There's a huge resistance there. The foot is barely touching the ground. You're really pushing against the hand as the hand pushes against the thigh. Inhale, bring it down. 2 more like that. Exhale, thigh to hand, hand to thigh. Inhale, bring it down. And exhale, press. Release the hand. Let the foot settle down. Take it to the other side. The heel of your left hand goes on top of your left thigh. As you inhale, it settles down. As you exhale, press one against the other. Foot doesn't lift, but barely touches the floor. Inhale, settle it down. Exhale, press. Inhale, settle it down. Exhale, press. 2 more like that. Inhale, settle it. Exhale, press. And last one. Inhale, settle. And exhale to press. Inhale, settle it down. Now go ahead and bring both feet off the ground. Your thighs are perpendicular to the floor. Your legs are parallel to the floor. Keep them engaged. Bring the heels of both hands to the thighs. As you inhale, you're here on the floor. As you exhale, you're going to press the hands against the thighs. Move the thighs towards the hands and see if you can take your shoulder blades off the ground. Then inhale, settle it down. Exhale, press on the thighs. Thighs move towards the hand. Take the shoulder blades off the ground. Can you draw your navel all the way to the spine? 3 more times. Inhale, settle it down. Exhale, press against the thigh and come up with the shoulder blades only. Inhale, settle it down. Exhale to come up. And last one. Inhale, settle it down. Exhale to come up. Inhale, settle it down. Keep the thighs as they are. Take the arms out like a T. We're going to extend that left leg and draw the right knee a little closer to the chest. The whole torso is down. Then switch. Left knee to the chest, right leg goes all the way. The right heel could touch the ground, but that might exacerbate the curvature of your lower back. So see if you can utilize the exhalation to really draw the navel in, find your core complex to support the right leg floating off the ground. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, right knee stays to the chest, left leg extends. Inhale, knee in. Exhale, left knee hugs to the chest, right leg extends. 2 more on each side. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, right knee stays to the chest, left leg extends. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, left knee to the chest, right leg extends. The same amount of energy that's moving the right heel forward can you use to move your left knee to the chest. One more time. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, right knee hugs, left leg extends. Last one. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, left knee to the chest, right extends. Inhale, knees in. Hug your knees to the chest and rock softly from side to side. Now we're going to do that again, but this time I'm going to ask you to place the block under your sacrum. So press the feet down, lift your hips, and place the block under your sacrum. If this doesn't work, you can always go back to what we had just a little while ago. Now, can you lift yourself up to basically sit on the block, but the sitting bones are not on the block, it's the sacrum that's on the block. You're going to come back into your forearms. You can use the hands to hold the sides of the blocks. Both feet are down to start. If this does not work, go back to what we had before. Start by just drawing the right knee to the chest. If you're sinking towards the floor, you need to press your forearms down to lift from the ground. Can the left knee extend? So the same amount of energy that reaches away with that left heel reaches towards your right shoulder with your right knee. Inhale, bring the left knee in. Exhale, right leg out, left knee to the chest. With a smile, inhale, knees in. Exhale, right knee stays, left knee goes away. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, left knee stays, right foot goes. Inhale in. Exhale out. Now keep switching. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, knees come in. Exhale, one foot goes out. Two more on each side. Inhale, both knees come in. Now move forward to slide yourself off the block. Have a seat. Block goes off to the front of the mat. You're going to swing your legs around and come over into a table position. Bring that blanket under your knees. We're going to be here for a few moments. So you want to protect your knees from being smashed onto hard ground. Going to change our orientation with gravity here. Still working with that hip flexion and extension. Let's start with just the leg. So as you inhale, right leg goes up and back behind you. Examine for a moment that your pelvis is aligned with the ground and that you are core-nected. So as you inhale, leg goes out. As you exhale, knee hugs towards the chest with a small cat spine. Inhale, leg goes out. Exhale, knee to the chest. Can you really bring that knee as close to the chest as possible? Then inhale, bring it back. Exhale, knee to the chest. You should be so core-connected by now. The next time you inhale, leg goes back, right, left arm goes forward. Exhale, knee to the chest, elbow to the knee. Once again, inhale, go out. Exhale, go in. And one more time, inhale out. Exhale, go in. Hold it on the emptiness here. Place the left hand down. Create enough space that you can lift your torso away from the ground to step that right foot in between your hands. There's going to be a really nice release for that left hip flexors now. You could take your blocks, place it to either side of your right foot, then create a wave of energy that goes from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head as you lift yourself up. Pause here for a moment and just focus on breathing into the space you find the most resistance. Now, we were working the right hip flexors, but we worked them both before. So the left one has got a smile right now. Take another breath here. Then curl the back toes and lift the back knee off the ground. Get your torso parallel to the floor first. Then bring the blocks off to the side. We're going to place both hands down and utilize the entire core complex to press the hands and lift the torso away from the ground to pick up that right foot from the ground, knee to the chest. Move it back to a one-legged dog, slowly releasing that right groin. Then bend the knee again, take it up and behind you. As you take it up and behind you, draw your left heel down to stabilize, also to open through the back of that left leg and thigh. Then hips come back to center, both legs are straight, downward facing dog. One more breath in down dog. Rise to the balls of your feet as you look between the hands. Begin to bend your knees. Like you're going into child's pose. You're going to bend your knees until the knees find the ground. Draw the torso forward again. Table position. Inhale, the left leg goes back behind you. Pause here just to observe that the pelvis is parallel to the floor. Take another breath in. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale, reach back. There's no momentum here. Can you really utilize the power you created so far in your core to draw that knee as close to the chest as it will go? Then inhale, reach it all the way back. Exhale, knee to the chest. This time as you inhale back, take your right arm forward. Exhale, knee to the chest, elbow to the knee. Inhale, reach it all the way back. Exhale, come in again. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, draw it and empty the breath. Bring your right hand down, create enough space to step that left foot between the hands. Take the blocks to either side of your foot. You want your knee to be in line with your ankle. So let's create a wave here. As the hips drop, slowly come up to perch into your fingertips and let that right side of your hip flexors open up. You're not coming all the way up. Notice we're protecting the lower back here for now. One more breath. Now draw your torso parallel to the floor. As you curl your toes, lift your knee off the ground. Find a stability here. Then bring the blocks off to the side. Place both hands down, and as you press the hands firmly against the earth, you have enough leverage to lift your body off the ground. Pick up that left foot from the ground. Move back slowly to our one-legged dog. Straighten the knee to start, straighten the hip. Then bend the left knee again, take it up and behind you, allowing the right heel to reach down. Hips come to center, both legs are straight, downward facing dog. Now inhale, look between your hands. You can take that blanket off to the side. As you exhale, begin to walk one foot at a time, all the way to the top of the mat. When you get to the top, your feet are closer together. You're going to inhale halfway up. Get to examine the rest or the remaining complex, part of your complex, which is your lower back. Your torso is erect. Your hands come down to your hips. You're going to press through both feet and exhale to come all the way up. Nice and slowly. When you get to the top, pause now that you have roots on your feet. Pause to observe that central axis again. Can you stack your vertebrae one on top of the other with the support of your core complex? Is there more freedom in your lower back specifically to sustain this stance with ease? As you slowly open your eyes, shift the weight to your left foot and bring your right knee up. So we've been here with different orientations with gravity. Can you draw your knee a little closer to the chest? Sustaining this hip flexion on the right side, can you extend your right knee? For 3, for 2, for 1. Bend the knee again, knee to the chest. Now you're going to extend the right hip back behind you, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. If this is not available, you can always bring the blocks nearby so that when you bring it back to Warrior 3, your fingertips are down. I'm going to pause here for a moment. Then from here, bring the knee to the chest again. Begin to come up into your standing position. She lost her mind. Bring down the foot. Ground through both roots again. Let's explore the other side before we put this all together. So shift the weight to the right foot. Bring your left knee up. If you ground in through the four corners of that right foot, everything you need is just the core to sustain your effort. Knee comes a little closer to the chest as you then extend that left knee. For 3, for 2, for 1, knee to the chest again. Now extend the knee, but extend the hip. You're moving back into Virabhadrasana 3. Remember, you can always use the blocks just for a little support. Knee comes to the chest again. Gonna press through that right foot and come up. Both feet down, ground, and lift. Pause here for a moment. Shift the weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee up. We're going to add some to this. As you inhale, you reach the arms up and kick your right foot forward. As you exhale, you draw the knee to the chest. As you inhale, you begin to extend the hip back behind you. As you exhale, maybe the arms go forward or fingertips down to the floor. Inhale here again. Exhale, knee to the chest. Now come all the way up, knee all to the chest. You're standing tall. Then you inhale, kick, and reach up. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale to transition back. Exhale, see if you can extend your arms or bring your fingertips down. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to the chest. Make your transition up. Inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, foot down, arms out by your side. You still smiling? Woo, it's getting hot in here. Yeah, I know. We're going to release those hips in a moment. Shift the weight to the right foot. Bring your left knee up. Inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, knee to the chest, elbows to the knee. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, arms forward or fingertips down to the blocks. Inhale again. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale to come up. Kick and reach. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale to reach back. Exhale, arms forward or fingertips to the blocks. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to the chest. You're going to transition up this time. One last time, inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, knee to the chest. You begin your transition. Inhale to reach. Arms out or arms down, leg back. Exhale, knee to the chest. Transition up. Inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, both feet down, arms out by your side. Shake it out. That was fun. You feel that heat? Woo! That's awesome. This is the same work that you should remember to do when you're trying to lift something heavy, when you're trying to push something that's too intense, we don't just lift something without awareness. You pause, you grab, you empty the breath, you pick it up. Now, we're going to do this with a vinyasa now, putting it all together, coming back and forth. So, you thought it was done, it's not done yet. But it's it. This is it. Just so you could feel how much of a core support you have. So, shift the weight to the left foot, bring the right knee up. Inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, knee to the chest, transition back. Then you inhale into your Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Exhale, step it all the way back. Inhale, rise up into a lunge. Exhale, draw the torso forward, plant your hands down. As you empty the breath, pick up that left foot from the ground, step back to a plank pose. We're going to add a little bit of power to those arms now. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slither forward, coming up into a small back bend, just a baby cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, walk your hands or your feet to the top of the mat. When you get to the top, inhale halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips. As you press through both feet, let your sitting bones reach back and in toward one another as you come all the way up to stand. Pause for a moment. Rearrange. Then keep your right foot down, bring your left knee up. Inhale, reach and kick. Exhale, knee to the chest, transition back. As you're in that transition, inhale, Virabhadrasana 3. Exhale, step it all the way back. Inhale, rise up into a high lunge. Exhale, draw the torso forward. Empty the breath, plant your hands down. Give enough space to lift that right foot off the ground, move it back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down, chest and chin. Tops of the feet are down. Inhale, come a little bit higher if it's available. And exhale back to downward facing dog. One more breath here. Inhale, look between the hands. We're not going to step forward. You're going to rise to the balls of your feet and bend the knees. Bend the knees more. Can you press so firmly into those hands that both sides of your torso elongate and you're controlling this descent of your knees from the core? Little by little, eventually, find your knees down, tops of your feet are down, bring the arms behind you, child's pose. Now translate your breath to the back of your torso, to the back of your body. Massage your lower back with your breath. Massage the back of your ribs, the back of your shoulders, the back of your neck. Next time you inhale, come forward. Plant your hands down. You're in table position. There's no more too intense of a work to do. You're going to take the right leg up and back behind you. Cross the right knee behind the left. Both knees are bent. But you're going to open your feet apart like a V. Then walk your left hand off the mat so that your torso aligns with your knees. You're going to inhale here. As you exhale, go back into an asymmetrical child's pose. This is going to release the outer right hip and left as well, mostly. If this feels really good, try dropping the tail behind you. Might not be available for most of us, but see if you can keep your belly to your thighs as the hips go further and further back behind you. If the hips found their way into the ground, you're going to come up with your torso. If they didn't find their way, you're going to slowly descend to the sitting bones so that you can sit up. Your left heel is to the other way around. Your right heel is to your left gluteus. You're going to take that left knee up and plant the left foot outside of your right thigh. If this doesn't work for the right knee, you can always extend that right knee at this point. I'm going to come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left foot is anchored on the ground. Both sitting bones are grounded. If they're not, you could sit up on a block. Sitting nice and tall, that's the most important thing. You're going to sustain that left knee hugging in and up. You can place the crease of your right elbow on the knee to maintain that. Then inhale, open up, let the torso spiral up before it spirals over to the left. Exhale to twist all the way over to the left. Now, if this is feeling awesome, you could take that right elbow and cross it outside of the left knee. That gives you leverage to go a little further into that twist. And taking all of that fire you cultivated in the core to cleanse as it twists, as it rings your abdomen like a sponge. Can you also breathe into that left hip, which is most likely releasing quite a bit of energy right now? One more breath here. Inhale, slowly come back to center. To come out of this, we're going to first exhale to take a counter spiral, a counter twist over to the right side. Not very big, just enough to rearrange. If it was available to you to transition here, just placing the sitting bones down, you're going to lift the sitting bones up and move forward so that you can place the left knee down, walk the left hand to the mat, kick that right leg up and back behind you, and down to meet the left. Then inhale, take the left leg back. Cross the left knee behind the right, creating a V with your feet. Walk the right hand outside of your mat just so the torso aligns with your knees. And begin to move back into an asymmetrical child's pose. This is also called the Gomukhasana legs. Can you keep dropping your tailbone down towards the floor? If your sitting bones are closer and closer to the floor, eventually you want to place them down, lift the torso up. Left heel lands to the right gluteus. Gonna bring that right knee in. So you can anchor that right foot down and keep hugging that right knee up. Crease of the left elbow hugs the knee up and in. I'm gonna inhale to elongate and exhale to spiral all the way over to the right. If this feels amazing, left elbow outside of the right knee, you're going to use that as leverage to spiral a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Slowly inhale, spiral back to center. Pause for a moment. Exhale for a small counter twist over to the other side. Then inhale, come back to center. We're going to transition back into your table position. So right knee goes down, left leg goes up, and down to meet the right. One more thing, sit back on your heels if that's available to you in Vajrasana. If this is not available, you can stand on your shins and knees. If you're sitting back, gonna perch into your fingertips. Press the shins and the calves, the knees down. And begin to open just the heart. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Pause here for a moment. Lean back a little more, just don't sink into your shoulders. Lift the heart away from the shoulders. If it is available, heart is lifting, maybe the hips lift just enough to open up through the entire front of the body. I'm gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hips down. Sit up for a moment. Swing the legs around. Take 2 blocks by the side of your mat. Going to come down in supine position to prepare for Shavasana, but we have a couple of things to attend to before we get there. So the blanket is going to be positioned so that you place your head on it eventually. If you have that firm pillow to put under your knees, get a hold of it so you don't have to get up and fuzz around with it. We're going to come back to that constructive rest one more time. So I'm going to ask you to take the blocks and place them together, but in a medium position. The blocks are going to be placed under your sacrum. If the medium position is too high, you could take one block only and put it in the lower position. You can test that out. So once you're down on constructive rest, you press both feet down, lift the pelvis up to position the blocks. Once the blocks are down, they're not on your lower back. They are under your sacrum. Now, clearly, to lift the hips up, you need to contract those gluteus. But once the pelvis rests on the blocks, you allow your gluteus to relax so that the pelvis can soften. Now, all of the work we've done for those hip flexors, we're allowing them to completely open up. I'll say again, if the medium position of the blocks is too high for you, too intense, take it down. Block on the lowest position. Make sure that when your sacrum is on the block, both sides are evenly positioned. Take 2 more breaths here. If this is feeling amazing, can you extend your right leg and bring the back of the right heel to the ground? Maybe you don't have to extend the knee all the way. You just extend it in a way that you can get more access to the right side. If you want to take it to the next level, can you take the right arm alongside of your right ear? And allow the breath to flow into that entire right side of your body. One more breath here. Bring the arm down first. And then carefully transition the foot closer to the left. So you bend your right knee slowly. Both feet are down. Bring your left heel to the ground. Extend the left hip. Left knee, back of the left heel is down. If this feels awesome, left arm alongside of the ear. Breathe into that entire left side of the body. One more breath here. Bring the arm out to the side first. Then slowly bend your left knee to transition the feet closer together. Pause there once again. Then lift the pelvis off the ground, off the blocks, to remove the blocks off to the side. And descend the pelvis all the way down to the mat. Now that the blocks are no longer there, let the pelvis rest on the ground. Walking your feet about mat's distance apart. Let your knees kiss. And then eventually hug your knees to the chest one last time. Rock softly from side to side. To recognize if there is anything else your own body needs today before you settle into Shavasana. Shavasana is your unique expression of your own needs. So prepare for Shavasana. Keeping in mind all of that you have explored during your practice. So if the shoulders were a little tight, make sure that you attend to those shoulders. Putting the blanket under the head to support the head and lengthen the neck to soften the shoulders is very important. If you found that your lower back was stiff, then you place a blanket or that firm pillow or bolster under your knees so that you don't have to straighten the knees and aggravate that extension in your lower back. So you take your time, one little bit at a time. Eventually, you find your whole body completely at ease, surrendering to the earth underneath you. Now that the body is quiet, the mind tends to oscillate. Invite the mind back to the breath, and the breath back to your belly. We spent an enormous amount of time awakening Agni, the fire of digestion, digesting emotional, physical food that we ingest. Can you visualize that fire as light? And a light that radiates from your very core throughout the entire body. A light that radiates from the core into the world. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle the toes, the fingers. Then move your wrists, your ankles. Begin to awaken the body once again out of that full relaxation state, but without losing the ease in your entire being. With your whole body long. And then hug the knees to the chest, rock softly from side to side. Roll over to the right. Pause for a moment. And then come around to a seat. Keep the eyes closed, the attention within your body, yourself. And sit up nice and tall. And let the imprint of the work we did today support your tall seat, moving energy freely from the base of your spine to the crown of your head, moving prana through your Sushumna Nadi. Take a deep breath in, allowing your heart to open to the breath. Then as you exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart and bow. to the divine intelligence at the lotus of your heart. Bow in gratitude. How can you take your Agni, your fire, from within yourself with enthusiasm to conquer the world, to inspire the world? Grateful for the gift of another day, another moment, another breath. Namaste.